I'm absolutely sure that you've heard about the Kumbh Mela, but have you ever wondered how it came to be and why is it still beneficial in the current scenario? I am Ananya Bajpai, and by the end of this video, you will have answers to all these questions. The Kumbh Mela is the world's largest, most peaceful religious gathering. Mela in Prayagraj, Ardh Kumbh at 2019 at the Triveni Sangam, which is a confluence of the two rivers Ganga and Yamuna. At this event, approximately 240 million pilgrims from around the world and around India came. This is Ujjain 2019 at the Shipra River, Haridwar 2021 at River Ganga, and Nashik 2015 at the Godavari River. But why these four places and why these specific times? The Kumbh Mela is celebrated for every one revolution of the planet Brihaspati, Jupiter, around the Sun. The one revolution of Jupiter around the Sun is equal to about 12 years. How do we know that? We can calculate the orbital period using the circumference of Jupiter's orbit, which is 2 into pi into the average radius of the orbit, which you can easily find from the net, 760.08 million kilometers, and divide that by the speed at which Jupiter orbits the Sun. You will get an answer of about 11.55 years. But how did our ancestors know that Jupiter completes its revolution every 12 years? That surely requires an extreme depth of knowledge of our solar system and of the planets other than the Earth. They knew about pi. They knew how to calculate distances between planets. They knew that the planets orbited the Sun and we were not the center of the solar system. One clue is given by this sculpture at a temple of a Dev holding a telescope. Significance of the Kumbh Mela is clearly written in the Samudra Manthan, which is the story about the churning of the ocean in the Vishnu Puran. It is located at Mount Mandarchal, which is now known as Mandar Parvat, in the village of Banka in Bihar. The story goes like this. The Devs and Asurs wanted to gain immortality. They knew that they could gain this by achieving elixir known as Amrit. So they started to churn the Kshir Sagar. They used Mount Mandarchal as a churning rod and serpent Vasuki as the rope. Lord Vishnu, in his incarnation as Kurma, which is a tortoise, supported the mountain on his back. At first, a deadly poison known as halahal emerged. Lord Shiva drank it, which symbolizes supreme sacrifice for the welfare of the world. It also represents that when you are obtaining a substance that can give you immortality, you will get something that can destroy too. Other things also emerged, but the one with the most importance was the pot of Amrit. A fight immediately ensued between the two sides. However, the sage Dhanvantari emerged from under the ocean holding the pot of Amrit, ending the battle with the Devas' win. While escaping with the Amrit, a few drops from the pot accidentally fell at 4 specific locations on earth, which were Prayagraj, Nashik, Ujjain and Haridwar. That is why locations and believed to hold divine energy, and bathing in their waters during the time was the revolution of Jupiter around the Sun wash away sins, eventually leading to escape from the cycle of birth and death, which is spiritual liberation. So what is the astrological significance of the Kumbh Mela? It's one type of Kumbh known as the Mahakumbh, which occurs when Jupiter enters Aquarius and the zodiac signs of Kumbh the sun and moon align. This occurs every 144 years. The Mela is based on the positions of the sun, moon and Jupiter because all these celestial bodies are believed to amplify the Earth's electromagnetic fields. Divine energies at the pilgrim sites are intensified. This year, in 2025, a Mahakumbh will be held, wherein the sun is in Capricorn, which signifies renewal and purification, along with Jupiter and Moon in Aries. Right now, we found out about the Mahakumbh and the Kumbh, but there are other types too. The Mahakumbh Mela, which occurs every year, the Kumbh Mela, which occurs every 4 years, the Ardh Kumbh Mela, which occurs every 6 years, and the Purna Kumbh Mela, which we knew was 12 years. The Ardh Kumbh Mela is just a half of the Purna Kumbh Mela, that is why it is 6 years. And finally, the Mahakumbh Mela, which occurs every 144 years, the square of 12. Now let's talk about the history of the Kumbh Mela and how it's been mentioned in many books and accounts across time. Firstly, the Rig Veda and the Mahabharata mention the importance of sacred rivers and what are the benefits of ritual bathing. Holiness of these rivers is mixed with spiritual merit. Bhavishya Puran and the Padya Puran both mention explicitly the Kumbh Mela. It includes the astrological knowledge that we've just talked about and the benefits that a person can get from attending an event. In the 7th century, a Buddhist Chinese traveler known as Huan Sang recorded the extravagant Mela in his books. In his visit to India, he described how the kings sacrificed all their riches just to attend the Mela. The king was Harshvardhan. During the 8th century, its popularity started to intensify and it gained royal patronage. Hindu kings supported pilgrim infrastructure. The Hindu philosopher Adi Shankaracharya further popularized the Mela and he brought various Hindu sects together. His main aim was to spread philosophical ideas through discussions and debates between Hindu monasteries across the Indian subcontinent. A more recent historical finding will be that the Kumbh Mela was recognized as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO in 2017. The beginning of the Rajasi Snan extremely popularized the Mela amongst pilgrims, where sadhus and spiritual leaders led the bathing procession. Now, the Kumbh Mela is just not a religious gathering but a cultural phenomenon. All you need to know about the Mahakumbh 2025 is this. There is a Mela app which provides information on the location of ghats, temples and other religious sites, so it is easier for a person to locate where they can go. For the Mela, 92 roads were renovated, 17 were beautified, 30 pontoon bridges constructed, many toilets were built, for which one sweeper was assigned to every 10 to ensure security and cleanliness. Over 400 million people are expected to attend. 4,000 hectares of land have been assigned for the Mela and over 150,000 tents have been made. The global Kumbh village is known for its grandeur and it provides a comfortable place for people to stay for a longer time period. The Mahakumbh is organized by the Prayagraj Mela Authority and has been extensively prepared, as we just saw, for the 13th January to 26th February event. Finally, what does it symbolize? Let us realize how important self-awareness is. It reminds us that life is not forever. It is very impermanent. It talks about the transitory nature of material existence, which the king Harshvardhan did seem to understand when he was sacrificing all his riches just to attend and gain spiritual liberation from the cycle of birth and death. And since now it has become more of a cultural phenomenon, it amplifies the phrase Vasudev Kutumbakam. The world is one big family and you are not an individual. I am going to Mahakumbh Mela 2025. Are you?